one we are importing our library. Okay. So by importing our libraries, we type them. So we import pandas as PD. We import numpy as NP, and we import matplotlib and pyplot as PLC. So from title name, we import linear regression tab. So we are done with our first step, simple and easy. So our second step is to load our data. So those that our previous session, our first video, we just created the data inside our file here, our Colab file here. But today we are going to save this data in a Excel sheet, save it as CSV, then we import it inside this sheet. So this is a very great step that you should know how to, because most of the times you would have to import data as well, because sometimes the data is very huge and it would be very unwise to always load it manually. So it's better to have it somewhere, then you call it. So today's event will be so. So before that, let's create our CSV file. Let's create our Excel sheet. Then we create a new Excel sheet, which is what? Hours and sports. So we have something like this. Usually we do. I think some formulas will work here. I think I will have to copy and share again. Okay, I think I need to could have done this differently. So we got our data to reduce workload. What we did was just to go into our ChatGPT and make sure for it to give us that Excel sheet. Remember, we are doing everything easy and peasy, no much work. So what we did was to so what I did was, since I got it, the data they sent, I copied and pasted and realized that it wasn't okay. I have to do the edit and try to shift it. And we are reducing work. So what I did was to tell ChatGPT to give me the finding me the data in Excel format. So it did that. Let's open it. So we have it like this, and we save it as a CSV file. Yes. So we do that. We have our data saved. But mind you, we wanted to save our data like a CSV file. So let me save it in a different folder. So I haven't really created a folder for this awesome project. Okay. So let's create a new project. We created it on YouTube ML course. So that's what we'll be saving our student resource from. And again, I was supposed to save it as CSV. So CSV ML course. This is the first one. So let's leave it as Excel like that and upload it onto our. So give us focus. Upload it here. So we upload the file here. So go to desktop and go to HTML code. Then let's open that to see if that's what we have. Perfect. So we open that. Okay. So we have our student underscore course.csv. So what we will do is we will call this data, right? So that's our next step. That is important. So we load the data. The data is equal to cd.read underscore csv. Here like the case, okay, underscore csv. Then the bracket, student underscore course.csv. So why this? We are writing this because that's the name of the data. The Excel sheet, that's the name, so that we're able to identify it very well. So our next step is dividing our data into our X and Y. So here our hours. So we have this. So hours. So this is string. So all of these are features, right? Things that will help in our decision making. So y is equal to data, then score. Okay. So that's our target variable. That is what we are aiming for. At the end of the day, we should be able to predict. At the end of the day, we should be able to predict a system that can look at hours of studying and predict the scores of the student. So our third step is what? Our third step is to train the model. So first, we've imported most of our library that we'll be using. And the second thing is we got our data. And this time around, we got the data externally. Then we uploaded the data inside our collab. Then we called it. We used the directory of where it was saved. Then we called it there. Then the data, we were able to divide it into two based on this, because that was actually within the data. So we have the features, which is our, and we have the target variable, which is the score. So our third step would be to train our model. So train the model. The model. Yeah. So we do model phase, model.phase. So it looks at our data illustration. So our next thing is to run the model. So we have x is not defined. We have our x here. I don't know why it's here. Okay, we didn't run this. So let's run it again. Okay, so linear regression. Then it shows that everything is good. So step 4 is to predict our score. Interesting. Alright, got the empty.array and data 6.5. So this is our hours that we input for our students. So our model is going to predict what are the scores that our students would get. So predicted score underscore is equal to our model dot predict divided hours. Then we print this to if it really works or not. So this F in front of the predicted score for 6.5. So this F in front of the string is there solely for the purpose of formatting, so that we're not now adding space in between the strings to get the space, or not trying to compress all of the printouts that will come out of the function print. So we use the format editing space. Okay, so we don't post it here. So within it, we call the predicted score, and what do we do? The index 0, I think. The first. What's the first piece? So dot 2. So we run this to see if our model really works. So we have quite some errors, which it says that this one does not support unsupported format string path numpy. So I think we should remove the F. So then we do the old way of calling our prediction. So predicted score for 6.5 hours of study is then concatenation is and then concatenation, then predicted score. Yeah, predicted score. Then you can say the first one to the second one. The second one. So let's run it. This art does not contain a list of signature matches, isn't it? Okay, so I think we can just go 1 because we don't have a list. So I can go from 1, 0, then 2, 1, then 2. Even with that one, art does not contain a list of. Okay, let's take some fun. So I don't like stress. And so yeah. You realize everything is being prepared for me. I remember I went to I was a refresher course for Python just a day ago, and this was one of the things I was taught as a session. At least I have a fresher of understanding. Since X does not have valid feature names, but linear regression was totally. So the issue was that X, we made it small X. It does not made it big X. Let's see if that's the case because that's what our model knows. So let's start from a first. So X does not have valid feature names, but linear regression was totally feature names warning. So our X had value, this is ours. This is now. Detention. So we have ours, we have scores. So I don't know what it's talking about. So predicted score for 6.3. Oh, okay. So predicted score for 6.5 hours of study is 63.52, which means our model works. Our model really works. That's great. So our next thing to do is what I can't hear you, to predict the score, right? No, to visualize. So we've been able to do that. Let's visualize and see what we would get to have an understanding of how everything went about from start to finish. Visualize. Yeah. So we got PLT dot scatter bracket. Was it yellow? Yeah. Okay. Then we name the label. Label is equal to actual data. So we have plot again. Plot into bracket. That's it. Model. No. Okay. So model predict, then put color there. Color is equal to red. Then label is equal to regression line. So our next thing is plot X label. Then our study. Then PLC plus YLAB. Yeah. Forward. Then we do our title. PLC the title. Alright. This is forward. Then the PLC that's legend. Then PLC that's one. Grid, sorry. Grid line. So we have PLC dot show. Let me figure out what to drink to rehydrate. So to hydrate. So we run this. Give it. So you could see this. We have data here, which means